The owner appraiser resident Moritz and have all the appraisers are love the and every one of them is special. Sometimes they're great. They're great items. But every one of them